Hey guys, welcome to the weekly tarot forecast for the Numinous week beginning April the 14th. I'm Lindsay Mack, and the card that I've pulled for us this week is Magician Reversed. So, we're a couple planets in retrograde. Just a few. I believe it's 5 currently. So we're 5 planets in retrograde. We just had this potent, unbelievably powerful pink full moon in Libra. And, we're really rocking and rolling in the energy of rebirth, renewal in this springtime. Just a gentle reminder to anyone who's really feeling a little contracted by the current astro weather, not to mention the worldly climate with everything that's going on right now. There really truly is no transformation, no change, no evolution without first cracking open, revealing the mess, letting everything rush out in order for what's really being nourished and for what's really possible to come forward. So whether we're cleaning a wound and we're getting out kind of all the pus and all of the infection and all the bacteria, if we're cleaning that out in order for the skin to do what it does best, which is come together and heal, or whether we're actually literally giving birth to something. Sorry about the sirens if you can hear them, New York. Or whether we're literally giving birth to something. There's mess in birth. There's a lot of mess in birth. So I'm just getting for everyone listening to this to just deeply trust that process, even when you don't trust it, which is makes complete sense that you wouldn't trust it. It's every instinct of the ego is not to. Even when you don't, just if you can hold a space for trust, it will be possible. If you're willing to consider that trust and ease and grace is possible, even with all the intensity of rebirth, even with all the intensity of the retrogrades, it will be possible for that flowering to be even more peaceful than we could have ever imagined, because there is peace possible in anything, in grief and anger, in anything. So that's the space I'm getting for all of us to hold today and for this week. And that sort of leads me into the Magician Reversed. So, Magician Reversed, let's really drop into the soul truth of this card. So the Magician is the alchemist who's learned how to use tools and who's learned how to create and to manifest from a place of not only personal awareness of his power, of her power, of its power, but also the ability to know how to channel through the vessel of the body, through being in right alignment with all things. The magician can't create, can't manifest without being in right relationship to the elements, to the wheel, to timing. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So we're really talking in the magician about someone doing magic, someone creating and manifesting in highest and best for all, in right relationship to source, to other people, all good. So if ever we get this card reversed or not, the reversal is sort of another story, but whenever we get the magician, that's the frequency that we're going for, is this idea of creation and manifestation in highest and best for everyone. So even if we're creating, like, let's say a book or a website, or if we're stepping forward in the world in magician energy, we're holding the space that what we're bringing forward is a healing and an offering and a lifting up for everyone, not just because we feel like it and it works out. So that's the beauty of magician. Now, the reversal is interesting. I know I've talked about this before on prior videos, but the magician is ruled by Mercury. So when we have the magician reversed, it's a little bit like being in Mercury Retrograde, which is what we're in now. With this, I'm getting for all of us this week, because it's kind of a multi-pronged answer for this week, because some people, I am one of these people, completely thrive and break open in the best possible ways during a retrograde. I was born under a bunch of them, and I like Mercury Retrograde, knock on wood. Some people cannot barely even walk to their car in a Mercury Retrograde. So this is going to be different for everybody. The medicine that Mercury retrograde is bringing all of us this month is to be deeply committed to tuning in with your personal frequency and what calls to you, what will be kind of inviting you to step forward and really get clear on whether or not you're ready to sort of manifest in a way, bring something forward in a way, start bringing something that's in you out in a way that might be a little quieter, might be a little bit below the radar. Like maybe let's say you start creating something that you're not necessarily going to talk to everyone about, or it could be, it could be both for all of us this week. Could flip-flop. Mercury makes sense. Or it could be that this is a time to completely shelve everything you've been doing, that you've kind of been pushing against. It hasn't really been working. If you are trying to write something, to create something, to bring something forward, to do a website, and you're just not feeling it, and I don't even mean laziness, I just mean in your gut, you just can't move forward with it, that's a sign that your sauce needs to simmer a little bit more on the stove before you serve it up over your pasta. Let it simmer. This is about honoring right relationship with one's divine timing as it relates to what we are creating, manifesting, birthing in the world, bringing forward. So really the Magician Reverse is asking all of us to do a little homework this week, because every single person who listens to this, it's going to be a little different. Where are you sitting with your personal health, with your energy? Where are you sitting with the degree of effort, I'll even use the word stress, of strategy that you're applying toward creating something? If it's anything like that you're trying to put on a project, you're definitely going to be asked to abandon it for a little while. It's all good, but you're just going back to get kind of aligned with your timing. No matter what's going on, this is about respecting the high frequency that the magician can attain when he's working in alignment with all things. Don't be too attached to your deadlines. Don't be too attached to your idea of how you want things to unfold. I guarantee you a better one is unfolding for you. And if you're tired, and if you're kind of stressed out, and if you're feeling a bit overburdened or stuck, perfect timing. Because a true magician doesn't just plow through. A true magician and a true alchemist is willing to step back, to hone and polish his tools, to take a break, if that's what divine is asking of them. So this is our opportunity to be an alchemist of our own heart and soul. It may be a different way than we're used to experiencing, which is also exactly, retrogrades are all about review. So this is also exactly what we're being asked to do in our retrogrades right now, except working with the magician adds a little bit more of a specific slant to it, because we're really looking at our relationship to manifestation, creativity, and alchemy as it pertains to what we desire to bring forward in the world and what we're being asked to bring forward in the world. And our job this week will be to clarify whether or not it's time to apply certain personal things like rest, restoration, taking a break, honoring and trusting timing, or whether it will be time to sort of move forward, but with a bit of a different attitude. Like maybe a little quieter, maybe a little gentler, maybe a little bit more under the radar. So, it's a lot. It'll be up to you to do your homework and your gentle due diligence to see which of the more multifaceted things